Hey guys, what is up? So, what I have to show you today is BTM II. Uh, for those who don't know, BTM was my very first proper Redstone computer, I guess you could say. Now, this one has a lot of different features than the original, however, still goes off of the name BTM. BTM standing for Big Testing Machine, mostly because I could not think of a original name for it, so yeah. Anyways, so this computer, currently has 16 lines of ROM, however it is expandable up to 64 lines. It has 44 pins per line. I have not done the math yet, but it it has a lot. Let's just go with that much. Uh, it can connect up to 200 or up to 512 I/O devices. And before people start going crazy, well, yes, that is a crap ton, and in fact, that is twice as many as BTM I. The reason why this one can connect up to 512 is mostly because the first 256 is meant for regular I/O devices like user interfaces, random number generator, a multiplier, divider, and stuff of the sort, while the other 256 is for RAM and or a hard drive. The pins for them are a little bit different, especially with how it is hooked up. Uh, it has three interrupt pins. It has a wait interrupt, a halt interrupt, and a reset interrupt. And while no, I am not finished working on this, it is in the stage of where I can actually run programs on it. And right now I have the Fibonacci program put into this. Right now it is currently in the halt state and the clock is off for right now. I am going to be demonstrating that, of course. So as far as that goes, uh, yeah. Oh, and by the way, the reason why this is in the BTM section of my Redstone computers is actually because, again, as the name implies, big testing machine, I am testing a aspect that I think that I thought would work, and it did kind of work. And that's actually going along with the registers over here. Now, as far as the machine goes, it thinks that it is dual read registers, which if we fly over here to the actual registers, yeah, pretty great dual read, isn't it? The lines are so close together, it literally looks like it's just a single line. No, these are actually just single read registers, obviously. Uh, but how I got the machine to think that it's dual read is through some deplexers. Now, of course, this runs off of its own system, and it is enabled by this line right here. How it works is it counts up to three, or technically four. It goes one, two, three, and then resets. And I can actually demonstrate that real quick just by placing a block there. As you can see, one, two, three, reset. And it completely stops. So that's how this is set up. Now, unfortunately, this is actually the bottleneck of the computer. And I'm not even joking either. Because of this computer its fastest clock setting is 86 ticks. And I'm actually running out of time, so I'm just gonna go start up the Fibonacci sequence. Start up the clock, hit the reset line, wait for the indicator. Alright, I can go ahead and turn that off, and it will start running the Fibonacci sequence now. Now, this thing does the Fibonacci sequence in 4 minutes 14 seconds, which surprisingly is quicker than BTM I, even though BTM I is running on a faster clock. BTM I runs off of a 64-tick clock. However, I think because of the dual read system and the ALU that I have in this, it actually allows it to work a little bit faster. Now, the ALU is completely different as far as the architecture of it. On this one, I am running I think this is a carry look-ahead adder, or a CLE. I could be wrong, but all I know is that it is a really fast adder, and actually the adder speed also determines the speed of this. I don't know if I mentioned while I was explaining this, but this does run off of a 16-tick clock for this system right here. Now, let's see here. What else do I need to explain? Flag system. This has 3 flags in it. Technically 2, but yeah. There's the overflow flag, the zero flag, and the always flag. Then I also have this to invert the flags, and this one has a proper flag register, something I failed to put in on BTM I. In fact, this is the very first Redstone computer that I made that actually uses a flag register. You guys can imagine how difficult that would be without it. And that's what I've been doing up until now. Now, let's see, how much time do I have left? Minute and a half. Alright. So, I'm just going to quickly go over the 2 things that I'm going to be changing in BTM 3. For one, I'm just going to go with regular dual read registers, and also in BTM 3 I'm going to see what I can do to compact these lines of ROM to where it's not 44 pins per line. Preferably, I'm looking more for about 24-ish, because then I can actually start putting in EEPROM. And let's see, so that's basically everything that I need to explain. So I'm just gonna let it run the last little bit of the Fibonacci, and when it is done, this halt indicator is gonna come up. So I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one.